Hey, okay, so I was a little bit leery about having to analyze Don Henderson of Interactive Ontario's lecture for my T.O.L. because I'm not much of a gamer, but I found that he touched on a lot of the major motifs of the course, like, though not explicitly, the big data versus human intuition debate. I think he made it clear that video games inherently fall on the data mining end of the spectrum, because their audience expects to have this like constant interactivity, agency, influence over the narrative, and they want to be a part of the grand schema. Whereas a film goer signs up for a one-time event and says, "Hey, I had an emotive reaction to this, so it was largely and relatively a good piece of media." There's a demand in video games to connect personally with your audience, which kind of leads to that whole minnows, whales, and dolphins thing, that a small percentage of your consumers provide a large percentage, almost all of your revenue, which kind of reminded me of that whole Kevin Kelly 1000 True Fans theory, that if you want to get out of the tail of the long tail theory, you have to connect personally and intimately with a certain amount of people. And then he also talked about digital disruption insofar as, piracy is not really a threat to the video game industry in terms of stealing content, but Napster and BitTorrent and stuff like that kind of altered everyone's perception and made us feel like we're entitled to free content, and therefore the video game industry had to adjust with models like free to play and stuff like that to give people a certain amount of free content with the hopes that they will get some money, they'll garner some money later on in the process. And also, on a personal note, I was glad that Don Henderson didn't launch into hyperbole and cliche like a lot of presenters in the past. I mean, we all know what you put into this industry is what you'll get out of it and all that stuff. But what he really did do is he reinforced the RTA credo that if your content is bad, it's not going to happen. But if your content is good, you have a chance. So believe in your content. Goodbye.